Imagine waking up each day feeling in control, not just surviving, but really living. You know how it feels to want more time with your kids, but your schedule never seems to allow it. Maybe you felt that tug of war between work, your partner, your kids, wondering if you're failing in some way. Like so many dads I've heard from our surveys. Now picture this instead: being fully present at your child's soccer game without the nagging stress of unfinished work, spending mornings with your toddler and connecting meaningfully with your teenager without guilt, feeling confident that you're showing up as the dad you want to be, spiritually, emotionally, practically. This isn't just a dream, it's a reality dads like you are creating every day. So here's something I hear from so many dads. You know you want more balance, more connection, more presence, but just don't know where to start. You might feel like you're constantly juggling work, kids, and household responsibilities, but never really in control. Or you're missing the moments that matter most, and that guilt eats at you. Or you want to be a better parent, a better spouse, and even a spiritual leader in your home, but it feels impossible to find a roadmap. The truth is, without a clear plan, it's easy to stay stuck, overwhelmed, unsure of which step to take next, and frustrated by all the competing demands on your time and energy. You're not alone in feeling this way. And it's not a failing, it's just what happens when there's no structure guiding you toward the life you want. In today's training, I'm going to show you a proven system for your daily routine so you can take simple, doable steps toward the balance, connection, and presence you're craving. So, my name is Drew Solon, and I'm the director for Dad Central and the founder of Connected Dads. I've been where you are, juggling competing priorities, feeling pulled in a dozen directions, wondering if I'm doing enough for my partner and my 5 kids. Over the years, I've helped hundreds of dads navigate these exact challenges, finding more balance, more connection, and ultimately confidence in their role as fathers. Now, this work isn't theoretical. It comes from real life experience and the real life stories of dads who've walked this path and found a way forward. One of the biggest things that came through loud and clear in our survey was this. So many dads said that they want to grow, they want to lead better at home, and they want to be more balanced, but they just don't know where to start. It's not that you don't care, you do. You're tired of guessing, tired of trying to piece things together, one podcast, one video, one good intention at a time, and still feeling like you're spinning your wheels. And honestly, that's what so many dads are doing, putting in effort, but not seeing the results they hope for. That's exactly what this next idea is about: how to get real, structured guidance that keeps you moving forward, even when life gets busy or hard. So, there's a story that captures this perfectly, and it comes from my mentor, John Maxwell. He calls it the rule of five. And I think it's one of the most practical ways to create momentum as a dad, especially when you feel stuck or scattered. So, imagine there's a massive tree in your backyard, like a couple of ones behind me. Every day, you walk outside, grab an axe, and you take 5 good swings at that same tree. Not 20, not 200, not until your arms give out, just 5. Then you put the axe down and you go about your day. Now, if you do that once, nothing much happens. The bark's a little scuffed, maybe. Maybe you're strong, get a couple good swings in, you get through the bark. But do it for a week, you start to notice more. A month later, there's a groove where that axe keeps hitting just 5 swings a day. And if you stay at it, 5 swings every single day, will that tree fall? Yes, absolutely, it will. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. That's what consistency and structure look like. So now here's where most of us go wrong. Most dads I talk to, maybe like you, are swinging their axe in 10 different directions at 10 different trees. 5 swings at the get fit tree, 3 at the be more patient tree, a few at the get promoted or fix the marriage. And because the effort is spread out, none of the trees fall. You end up exhausted, frustrated, and wondering why it feels like nothing's changing. It's not a motivation problem, it's a structure problem. You don't need to swing harder, you need to swing smarter. You need to know which tree to hit and how to keep going when life tries to pull you away. So here's how the rule of 5 works for us as dads. Number 1, you have to get clear on your main goal. Now in the last training, we talked about your 3 R's. What's required of you? Where do you get your greatest return on invested time? And where do you feel the most rewarded? Hopefully that's left something with you. If you haven't watched the first training, I encourage you, go back there, hear about the 3 R's, and then that will help filter into this because it's going to help you define what is your main goal. Maybe it's being more present. Maybe it's managing your time better, or maybe it's just staying calm in the midst of the chaos or the stress that life throws your way. Step 1, get clear on your main goal. Step 2, choose 5 small daily actions that move you toward that goal. Things that are realistic, not overwhelming. Just those 5 swings on the X. Step 3, you got to have to stick with it. You got to go out there every single day, right? 5 swings, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's raining, even on the holidays, you got to go out there and take those 5 swings. And step 4, don't switch trees until you've seen real progress. Focus beats frenzy every time. When you build that kind of rhythm, you stop feeling lost and you start feeling anchored. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, hey, Drew, that sounds great, but where am I supposed to find the time? And that's maybe a fair question. I might challenge you a little bit on it, but I'll say it's a fair question. The other things you might be thinking are, I can barely keep up as it is. Or maybe it's, what if I start and I can't keep it boxed in by one more thing on my to-do list? And I get all of those. I really do. I've worked with so many dads who feel like they're already giving everything to work, to their kids, to their partner, and there's really just nothing left in the tank. But here's the thing. The rule of 5 isn't about adding more work. It's about simplifying your focus so your effort actually counts. You don't have to chop down 5 trees at once. You just have to take 5 intentional swings at the one that matters most right now. 5 minutes to connect with your kids before bed. Do that consistently for the next 10, 15, 20 days. What happens? Those are your 5 swings. Or a thoughtful text to check in with the people who matter. What if you just took 5 minutes every day, texted one person or 2 people, or the people every single day that matter most? Or 5 minutes of reflection every day, whether it's before you go to work, whether it's after you come home from work, whether it's at night before you go to bed. Just 5 minutes. That's it. And when you start doing that, something powerful happens. Your confidence builds, your energy shifts, and that feeling of being stuck starts to fade. Not because you did everything, but because you did the right things consistently. Progress doesn't require perfection. It just requires direction. And once you start swinging at the same tree every single day, it's only a matter of time before it falls. You know, that lesson really changed everything for me. When I first started trying to balance work, marriage, fatherhood, I was all over the place. Some days I was a great dad, but totally absent at work. Other days, I crushed it at work, but came home running on fumes. I finally realized I didn't need more effort. I needed a system. Something to tell me, here's what matters, here's where to put your energy, and here's how you're going to make progress. That's exactly what the Balanced Dad Bundle was built to give you. A clear structure, a proven rhythm, and the support to keep you consistent. Because when you swing at the right tree in the right way, day after day, you don't just make progress, you begin to transform. Now, it's subtle at first, maybe a little bit more calm. Maybe you just got a little bit more space in your mind for some of the important thoughts. Maybe you just got a little more connection in your relationships with your child or your partner. But soon, something deeper happens. You start believing you can do this, that your life doesn't have to be ruled by chaos or constant pressure. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Because once you've got clarity and structure, the next step is learning how to protect it, how to set boundaries and take ownership of your time and energy so your progress lasts. In this next video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that, how to make sure the swings you're taking every day actually count for good. So before you close your eyes tonight, write down that one tree you want to focus on. Then tomorrow, take your 5 swings. You'll be amazed at what starts to happen when you give your effort some focused direction. All right, that's it for today. Please scroll down, leave a comment. What stuck out the most with you? Or tell us, what are the 5 swings you're going to take next day? Look forward to seeing it, and let's support each other.